The man pulled a large chunk of ice out of the freezer and dropped it into his cup of cola. But after taking a small sip, he noticed the cola tasted a bit off. He fished the ice cube out to take a closer look, and what he saw left him utterly stunned. Through a magnifying glass, they spotted a tiny elephant frozen inside the ice, pierced clean through by a spear. The woman immediately rushed to the freezer to check if there was anything else like it inside. Once she cleared everything out, what she found completely shattered her understanding of reality. Hidden inside their freezer was a miniature world straight out of ancient times. Countless tiny people were bustling about, working at a pace so fast it looked like someone had hit fast forward. The whole thing looked like a small town. Both of them stood there in shock. They carefully removed the little elephant from the ice and respectfully buried it in a flower pot. But when they opened the freezer again to check, the world inside had transformed completely. The little town had leapt forward into the industrial age of the 17th century. Factories were springing up everywhere, and civilization was evolving at breakneck speed. Just a few minutes later, the entire miniature world had advanced into a full-blown technological era. But just as they were completely absorbed in watching, a nuclear bomb dropped into the freezer. The man was knocked off his feet by the blast, his face scorched by the searing heat. The once thriving world inside the freezer had been reduced to a battlefield. The woman felt like she'd just watched an entire civilization get wiped out before her eyes. Devastated, she shut the freezer door. After a moment to collect himself, the man opened it again. By then, the war was long over, and a hyper-advanced technological age had dawned. Skyscrapers pierced the clouds, and flying cars zipped through the streets everywhere you looked. Suddenly, all the energy in that world began converging together, eventually condensing into a small glowing orb. The orb then dissolved into delicate strands of light that danced through the room, but soon all that radiance flowed back into the freezer and vanished completely. Desperate to put an end to this endless cycle of time, the man yanked the freezer's power cord and slammed the door shut. But the next morning, unable to resist their curiosity, they opened the freezer door once more. Peering through the swirling mist, they discovered the world had rewound all the way back to the Jurassic period, 200 million years in the past. Dinosaurs now ruled the Earth, while early primates fought desperately just to survive.